The pattern Marcus first noticed it on a Tuesday. The same blue sedan had been parked across from his apartment for 3 days straight. Different times, different angles, but always there. He told himself it belonged to someone visiting the building next door. But the windows were always tinted, always empty-looking. By Friday, the coincidences were piling up. The barista at his coffee shop asked unusual questions. How long had he lived in the neighborhood? Did he work nearby? The woman behind him in the grocery store checkout seemed to be buying the exact same items he was. When he turned around to look, she quickly averted her eyes and fumbled with her phone. His coworkers noticed his distraction. "You seem jumpy lately," Sarah said during their lunch break. Marcus wanted to explain about the patterns he was seeing, how strangers seemed to linger too long in his peripheral vision, how his mail had been arriving slightly disturbed, how his neighbor Mrs. Chen had suddenly become chatty after years of polite nods. But he knew how it would sound. The breaking point came when he found the listening device. A tiny black disc, no bigger than a button, tucked behind his bedroom radiator. His hands shook as he photographed it, his mind racing between vindication and terror. Marcus called the police, but the officer who arrived seemed skeptical until he saw the device. "Sir," the officer said carefully, "this is a carbon monoxide detector sensor chip. From an old model. Were you doing any home repairs recently?" The relief should have been overwhelming, but Marcus felt hollow instead. In the harsh light of reality, he remembered. The landlord had replaced all the smoke and CO2 detectors last month. He'd helped move furniture, must have knocked it loose. The blue sedan belonged to his neighbor's night shift girlfriend. The barista was new and trying to be friendly. The grocery store woman had been holding a shopping list, the same store circular everyone received. But as Marcus lay in bed that night, one thought circled through his exhausted mind. The paranoia had felt so real because the world really was full of people watching, coincidences happening, patterns emerging from chaos. The line between vigilance and madness wasn't as clear as he'd thought. Sometimes the truth is that nothing is happening. Sometimes that's the most unsettling truth of all. Most people stay in this state so that they have a reason to behave that way. Life Skills TTP with Patterns.